Hi, this is Angela Ervin from the Cy-Fair Houston Chamber of Commerce, and we're here today with Kyle Goldstein of Lone Star Casket. And how are you doing today, Kyle?
I'm doing much better than I deserve. Thank you for asking.
Well, you always deserve the best. Tell us a little bit about your business, when you opened, and then talk about the challenges. You opened your business during the COVID-19 pandemic. So tell us about
Yes,
that.
so I have been selling caskets for a little over 2 years now, primarily focused on the wholesale side of the business. Almost from the genesis of me starting that, I was being contacted on a regular basis by individuals, family, friends, and people in my network and in my circle about, you know, the possibility of purchasing a casket. And unfortunately, at the time, my business was only set up to cater for wholesale. So I had been, brainstorming about these ideas for quite some time. And a very close friend of mine over a business meeting suggested that I make a website and be able to help families at their time of need with the purchase of a casket. So when the pandemic hit, obviously everybody went on lockdown, and we had a lot of idle time. And rather than allowing my mind to focus on a lot of the negative happening around our community, I decided to invest that energy into something a little bit more productive. So from the moment I woke up in the morning to the moment I went to bed in the evening, I was focused on designing and implementing the website, which I designed. And since then, things have been going very well, given the circumstances that we are in. But that's kind of how Lone Star Casket came to be.
So, what are the major challenges right now you're facing? Has anything changed since the starting of the business, or?
Well, I will say one of the biggest challenges that may not be on anybody's radar, but if you are focused, if your business is focused online, then obviously you need to advertise online. Now, the largest conglomerate online is going to be Google. As of right now, Google has been the largest hurdle. My Google merchant and advertising account have been suspended with not too much information given from Google. I'm working with a Google partner right now to try to determine what the issue may be. We have some hypotheses that we are working around, but that's been the largest hurdle. The second hurdle primarily is focused around logistics. All of my products are primarily manufactured overseas. And with COVID, shipping delays, shipping costs have all just skyrocketed. So managing not just the deliveries of their transit time, but also trying to forecast in the future as far as inflated delivery costs and taxes and tariffs that may be involved has been a pretty large hurdle as well.
Wow. That I'm sure many people can relate to, that have shipments coming from overseas or anywhere, right? Delivery delays.
Yeah, I'm definitely not alone there. Almost anybody that has products or services that, come through the mail or through shipping containers or anything along those lines probably feels the same pain that I've been feeling.
What type of encouragement would you offer to businesses right now that are going through what you're going through?
Well, I guess one statement that I've always falled back on when I'm in need of some encouragement is, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. And also, the sunshine always comes after the rain. Rather than allowing myself to get caught up in the negative aspects of what's going wrong, I really try to put a little bit more emphasis on the things that are going right. My business has still been tracking where I want it to track. I'm still able to help families, and all I've had to do is be able to be agile enough to shift. Since I know that I'm not advertising on Google, you have to have a plan B, plan C, and as far back as you feel comfortable with. One thing that I've been doing to kind of occupy my time and then also trying to network is stopping into local churches and introducing myself. I thought to myself and to my wife, we were discussing over dinner that if somebody is in a time of need, they probably will turn to their church at some point. And since I try to help people and families at their time of need, I thought it would be beneficial to try to network with some of the local ministries and churches around our community to let them know that there is somebody in a business here that caters to people when they're at some of the darkest moments in their life. And hopefully, if the opportunity presents itself, I will be there to help guide and advise, whether they use my services or not. The funeral industry is very unique in that we don't really talk about it. It's not a dinner table conversation. And a lot of times that ends up hurting people in the long run because you're not aware of the nuances that lurk through the industry. And there are ways to save money. There are ways to do things virtually. There's a lot of customization through the whole funeral process. And if I can lend my advice and my expertise in any capacity, that's really what I'm trying to focus on doing. I understand that if I focus on that the business will take care of itself. I need to just focus on being a servant to my community and being a resource to those around me. And then just trust that those people in my network will be there if I ever need a helping hand.
That is so wise, especially at this time. People just need advice and help, and they will remember you, even though you may not get the sale right away, but they're going to remember you when they need you. So that is just awesome.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you for your advice. We wish you the best of business. Thank you for being a chamber member. We're so proud to have you. You have done so much for the community. I just want to say thank you for what you did during Hurricane Harvey. You were a big help in helping people get supplies they needed at such a bad time. So thank you for that, and we look forward to working with you going forward.
It's my pleasure. If I can be of assistance in any way, you know how to get a hold of me.